Hello and welcome to my channel on human design. Well, as you can see, things have changed. The last 6 weeks I've been doing this weekly transit and it's been well received. People have really appreciated it. But overall, it's kind of, the ratings are going down and not enough of you are viewing it. So the new moon came in on Sunday and this pulse went off in me and it was time for a change. So I've decided to do the viewers' questions because basically I think a lot of you really enjoy the randomness in the way that I present myself. And I must say it rather suits me as well. On top of that, there is a great deal of work to be done over the next 6 weeks from my side. And it takes a long time to do the transits. So I'm going to open it up to questions. Now, for this to work, I need your support. And your support is simply, if you have a question, send it to me. Let me know. Let's have this as a connection between us so that you can ask the question, I can provide my view on it, and it all trucks along rather well. That's what I would like to see. So send in your questions. Now, to get things going for this week, we're going to take one of the questions from Christina, and this is what she asked me. Could you approach the topic of format gates and how they affect the design, especially when you have two of them, individual and abstract? Do they alternate or work together? Well, thank you for that, Christina. I really appreciate the question, and it's a good question. And I'm also someone who has had a direct experience of having multiple format gates in his chart. So format gates are basically, they set the format for the life forces that you have. So, for example, we have these 3 format channels pressurizing from the root into the sacral, and they will set that format through these channels. So we have on the left-hand side the 5342. This is a cyclic format. It's the channel of maturation, and it's cyclic. It's like, let's start something, let's get into it, and let's finish it. And then when the cycle is over, then there's another one. We have in the middle the 360, which is about mutative pulsic energy that just goes, it's time for the new. Let's break free of the restrictions. So let's bring in the new. Let's adapt the old into a new way. And then we have the logical format, which is the 52-9. And this is the channel of concentration. So this is really about being really focused on one thing at a time. And it's an incredibly powerful energy to really get down to the small details. But it's a format. It's something that will bring with it an intensity because of what it has in it. So in my case, I have the 9th gate to begin with. So the 9th gate is this gate of focus. It is this intensity to my life force. I also have the channel of mutation, which is this bringing in the new. This is breaking through the limitations. And at the same time, I have the 42nd gate, which brings in this ability, this availability to finish the projects that I'm involved with. I like to complete things. And your question, do they alternate or come all together? They come all together in the same way that you see me presenting myself in a mutative, intense, and cyclic fashion. I mean, you can't get much more cyclic than doing a weekly YouTube video, eh? But it's part of who I am. It's part of how my energy works. So when you apply it to my channels, my other channels, as an example, I've the channel of the Alpha. So I'm here to lead others into a logically better future according to the way that I see it, and also to lead myself in a logical direction from one thing to the other into a better future. Now, with these channels affecting me, I'm going to do it in a mutative way. As you're witnessing right now, I'm going to do it in an intense way. And I'm going to do it in a way that will bring things to a completion. This is the way that I lead. It's part of who I am because of the format channels changing that purely logical direction into something that contains these imprints. It's the way that I will lead as an alpha because of the format, gates, and the channel affecting the way that I lead. You can apply the same thing to my channel of discovery. So here is the commitment in the 29, the 46, the love of the body, but the fully going into the experience, whatever the experience is. And that's really what I'm all about. I mean, I will take you on a journey of discovery every time I show up. And at the same time, I will have this existential experience of it myself. But it's going to be done in a mutative way. It's going to be done in a focused and intense way. And it's going to be done in a way that does bring everything together. A beginning, a middle, and an end. The other thing to bear in mind when you're thinking about the format gates and the format channels that are between the root and the sacral is that they have this potential for depression. So, for example, because of the 9th gate, the gate of focus, I can be very depressed if I haven't got a focus to work on, if I can't get into the small details. Having said that, I don't think I've ever been depressed about that for the last 40 years or so, but still, that would be the case if I didn't have something to focus on. The channel of mutation will bring a depression. It is naturally a manic depressive channel, and it brings a depression if you are not involved in something new, if the new isn't coming into your life, if you feel stuck in the same old, it can be very depressing. With the 42nd gate in my sacral, I can get frustrated if I can't complete something. And if it goes on, that can turn into a depression, that it's unfinished. And I'm not available to be able to finish it for whatever reason. So bear that in mind. You know, if you have one of these gates, or if you have one of these channels, or more than one, they are going to be operating all at the same time. And you can see from your own life experience the truth in what you've just heard. This is the wonderful thing about human design. You can verify the truth of it by reflecting upon your own life with what you have in your design. So I hope that answers your question, Christina. I look forward to more questions from you all, and I will do my best to be back here every week, no matter what's going on. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. That's all for now. I'll see you again very soon with something completely different. Bye for now.